super excited to check it out. And I had reached out to them through the keymailer.co website. And if you're not familiar with that, Keymailer is a site that is facilitating connecting game developers and publishers with content creators, Twitch, YouTube, and all the others. Since I already had those accounts and I already have and make content on them, I was able to create my profile and get all set up and linked. What's up, iBlueWave? And in short order started looking through the games that they had available, and this was one that after watching Artifice stream it, I was still very interested in it, but I didn't want to buy it yet. I wasn't ready to drop the money, right? Yo, iBlueWave. I'm really excited to see where they go with this game, and that's why I requested a key from them so that I could check it out in this alpha early access. You know, I've bought a lot of games like Escape from Tarkov, Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous. These other games, I buy them in an early access stage, and they take maybe a decade to come to fruition. I honestly feel that this game is going to come to fruition quite a bit sooner than a decade. I'm just saying. It's a little, the scope and scale is a little more realistic in my mind, at least for a smaller dev. But I'll tell you what, they've already patched it since like the last 30 days, and they've added in some of the fighter customization pieces and making more progress on other parts. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and launch this game. Now, I do have to shut the music off because it totally wants to pick 'em up truck. Totally wants to. That's that. Totally not launching the game. Got to click the button properly. Excuse me. There we go. Open up. Intelligent. That's the developer. I personally like the cat. Yo, real crazy cozy Gigi, what's up? Welcome. How you doing? We're checking out Pirate Patrol here. The game is in alpha early access. Is not done. So please take that with a grain of salt, everybody. The corporation sector, which surrounds the Federation's central sector, is heavily fortified against pirate infiltration. Acts as a protective shield from the central sector. Okay. But pirate drones attacking the federal headquarters raise the concerns of the patriotic soldiers to the highest levels. Are you cozy? I'm not sure if I understand exactly right. Whisper in the Moss, I believe Reese's this year. Really? I'm not sure, Cozy. Gigi, my brains leak out my ears half the time, so. Cozy, Hyrule Gigi, yay! All right, that's vibe in a good way. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so we're going to jump on into this, and the next part here we're going to be checking out is the development roadmap. Now, this is really critical here. Like I was saying before, this game is in alpha early access, so it is not done. You can see right here the progress graphs on the various aspects of the game. So this ship here that I was just talking about, it's not an A-wing, but it has enough of evocative A-wing-ness in my brain. It connects properly in an A-wing way. I like it a lot. I like that it's also not an A-wing. Obviously, hate for him to get sued. So there's no music in this part, but I just want to read through this. Hello, sci-fi friends. Thank you very much for supporting Pirate Patrol in early access. We're a group of old school sci-fi and RPG gamers and veterans of the gaming industry, aiming to develop a powerful and detailed sci-fi RPG game focused on immersive, tactical, and strategic space battles with rich content and literary depth in the tradition of PC gaming. without being sacrificed to the shallowness of mobile or console devices. That statement is an interesting statement. I do like that. They kind of focus on saying that this is a PC market idea. This game is focused on that more. Yo, we caught that stuff. Good job, Ham. We would like to remind you again that Pirate Patrol is currently at a very early stage. Some game modules are still in development and have not been integrated into the early access release. You can preview the roadmap we have prepared for this purpose in this section. It should be emphasized that we also aim to implement a style beyond copy-paste menu and design elements that become standard in mainstream industrial games. In this way, we want to combine tactical combat with fast-paced, exciting, yet highly controllable gameplay experience. I'm looking forward to this, y'all. We would like to underline again your support and is very important to us in this journey. Please feel free to send us your comments and suggestions. Thank you. So you're mousing over here. It's the artificial intelligence tactical combat module. During space conflicts, the carefully coded AI module. We manage each pilot through human variables such as fear, excitement, anger, and discipline, because each of these pilots has their own ship and how they interact. And a lot about this game so far that I've seen tactically is that you are more focused on the fighters doing the work than the carrier. I'm going to go ahead and scroll past this and get on in. The save and load thing is really important for me. And so I look forward to that being completed here in the next portion, because that would allow me to come back to my session instead of right now, as currently you just play until you exit, or you play until you start over. And there's no ability to save and load. So I'm really looking forward to that beyond anything else, to be honest with you, because when I can save and load a game, even if it's not done, sometimes I'm inclined to play it more. So here we go. This is it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start the new game. And quick tip for those too lazy to read the help pages, you could select the mothership on the tactical map, not the galaxy map, by right-clicking, then simply left-click where you want to move the ship. Okay. This game is designed for slow play. Take your time to make tactical decisions. Study the map. Assess your enemies. What? And assess your enemies. Okay. Try to get used to the controls first. If you find that the game's FPS drops, you probably set the game to tactical speed. Do not panic. You can control the speeds by moving the mouse wheel back and forth. Aha, and I have seen that before. Let me just double check the settings here. So there is a tutorial button here that we should go ahead and do, because I would like to check out what they have as a tutorial. I've got the volume. I'm gonna put it at 69. No way. Seems like the appropriate number. And I'm gonna read the help here real quick. Ooh, okay. Politics has never been a clean game. Remember that for those in power, laws and rules are no longer the limits. Yeah, baby. Okay, they've split this up significantly. Now, I've played this a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it, but you can kind of see some of the optional things. Combating and loot. Each time you fire, use your ammunition. Fire low-cost ammo. Missiles or high-cost ammo. Armor-piercing munitions. Okay, there's quite a bit of options. So here's your turrets on your ship. They show up down here in this little panel. And then on this panel is your fighters. And then the selected panel fighter here is the various orders for them. The ship itself is called the Father. And then that's the stats for the Father in the upper left corner. And then like your bridge crew, captain, XO, second charge, tactical officer, and the engineer. All right. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is pick your fighters that you're taking. This is a carrier space combat simulator. So as you see here, we've got quite the selections of folks to choose from. And I want to note right off the bat that the red and green do indicate plus and minus statistics. So like this person is a little bit slow and a little bit low on piloting, but they do really good at doing criticals, but you know, do you want someone that's that slow when you've got other people that, yeah. So Raven goes over. My thought is all the ones that have increase over zeros. I don't know. Right now, the game doesn't have fully fleshed out fighter pilot customization. You have the customization of the generation of the pilots and the skills, or rather the base stats, speed, piloting, and criticals stats, but skills you see not available at the moment. So there will be quite a bit of customization is the way I understand this, because this is a big, heavy carrier-based thing. So assigned pilot, 6 of 6, okay? And then we click up here to go to the fighters. We need 6 fighters for our 6 pilots. So here's our various ships that we have available. And while there's I don't know how many, like 5 or 6 different variants of sensor range, hit points, speed, and then the type of, you know, the name of it. Right now, nothing costs any money. I like to pick a couple with the longer range sensors and high speed. That just makes sense to me. I like to scroll through and look at the bottom number and look for something 2,000 or above. Speed 220, 230, but hit points only down to 130. So 2 fast interceptor types. And then we'll look for some with more hit points. So let's see, 133. So 150, 152 is a little more hit points. This one also still has 2,100 speed sensor range. That's hit points. So I want over 150 and a faster one. Ooh, this Solstice is looking nice. Okay. And another. All right, Remus here. And let's see. Speed 240. That's pretty fast. Like an interceptor almost. All right, let's try one of these guys. Okay, so that's the 6 fighter. Now we just need an XO officer up here. Currently, also your bridge crew, like in Star Trek, your XOs and stuff. These ones don't have any skills in the early access part. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick an XO. Call sign Sonic. I'll put her in there. That's my tactical officer. And Orbit Obliterator here. Whoa, hey, yo,
Thank you,
baby.
Biggs_the_gamer. Thanks to it Highly in Descent for my sub gift. Hi, Spartan.
Hello, baby. Welcome back to the Phalanx. Thank you for that resub. And thank you for that initial gift. How you doing, Biggs? Good to see you, my sir. I'm just checking out Pirate Patrol. It's on early access on Steam. I did get a key from keymailer.co, and we're checking it out. It's looking good so far. I'm fitting out my crew since this is a carrier. Got my pilots, my fighters, my XO tactical officer, and engineer officers, and we're getting ready to launch. Here we go. Perfect time, and good to see you, Biggs. For perhaps hundreds of years, countless people, realizing that giant corporations that have created a monopoly on the galaxy have bought off the Federation, and elected politicians have fought desperate battles to resist this system, but they've all perished in unexplained accidents. But 25 years ago, the Great Pilot Revolution, the unification of the great pirate clans that was about to sweep through the corrupt system of the corporatocracy like a tornado of flame, came to an unexpected end. Through the treachery of the few clans bought off by the big bosses, the corporatocracy had crushed its greatest enemy, the pirate clans. Big intrigue, big money. You can't, when in doubt, chase the money. You got billions of dollars stacked against something? Yeah, somebody's gonna do something silly. But the price of betrayal was too high for these pirate clans, as a young but talented pirate captain known as Captain Lionheart hunted down the treacherous pirate leaders one by one and punished them in the most brutal way. Corporatocracy indeed. What's up, Group A? While Captain Lionheart's revenge has been told as a fairy tale to billions of people living under the oppression of giant corporations who've lost hope, the Navy and security forces, controlled by politicians bought by the corporatocracy, fought a great war to search for this young captain all over the universe and prevent him from becoming a legend, but they failed. Good to see y'all. But while many officers and soldiers within the Federation's cumbersome and bureaucratic structure had no qualms about taking their paychecks and following orders to control the masses for the big bosses, another group was about to set up their own game, realizing that humanity was about to be enslaved, exploited, and thousands of years of civilization's achievements were about to be destroyed at the hands of the brutal monopolies. The Federation Secret Service was aware of all the dirty dealings between the big bosses and corrupt political leaders, and even as the Navy desperately searched for Captain Lionheart, they were secretly liaising with him, collaborating behind the scenes on an operation that would end the corporate bosses in his nightmare. Not long before Captain Lionheart discovered one of the corporatocracy's secret laboratories, raided it heavily, and managed to steal valuable, secretly developed technology from the corporatocracy's hands. With this technology in Captain Lionheart's possession, the Federation Secret Service secretly developed a very special warship. The fathers, the officers, and the agents had to give their lives to keep this ship secret, but when the advanced warship is covered by the sun, named the Father, was finally completed, they decided, the objections of some authors, that it should be called the Father. Oh man, that's a pretty epic story. I'm checking out this early access space carrier combat battle. It's on Steam. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be doing this